13. So when we take a look at number 13, we have this two-way table with our 7th and 8th graders, and this is a good question because you actually have to do this on your project. And I can't help you when it's on the project, but I can help, and I can take a look at questions in your homework. So as you look at this one, please put this information, the total behind each one, and I need you to add and find your totals for each of these. Because what it asks you to do is make a relative frequency table. It says make 2 of them. One of them is going to be a row relative frequency. Row means it goes across. One is going to be a column that goes down. See? I'm going to say text message and instant message. I'm going to have for 7th graders and 8th graders. And today on your project, you'll kind of do it in the same way. So if I'm doing the row, this is my row, that means I'm going to divide by the numbers back here, 84 and 100. Now, the one that's super easy to do is 59 divided by 100 because that's going to give me what decimal? 0.59, or I could put 59%. What's this one going to be? 0.41. So relative frequency can be a decimal, or you could put it as a percent. Usually relative frequency, we think of this as a percent. These two should add together to give me 100%, because this would be 100% back here, right? Because I take 100 and divide by 100. So now on your calculator, please take 46 and divide it by 84. 46 divided by 84. Emily, what'd you get? 0.547. So 0.55, right? To 2 decimal places. 55%. How'd I get that? Because I took 46 and divided it by 84. To get this answer, right, I'm going to take 38 and divide by 84. 38 divided by 84, 0.45. And if I added these two together, that's going to give me 100%. That was my row relative frequency. Next, I'm going to make the same table, text message, instant message. 7th graders, 8th graders. And today on your project, I only ask you to make one of them, okay? But now, you're going to take and divide by 105. So I take 146 and divide by 105, because I'm finding the column relative frequency. That gives me 0.44, right? It's not going to be the same as here, because I'm not dividing by the same numbers. This would be my 100% down here. I'm going to take 59 to divide by 105. That gives me 0.56. These two add to 100. 0.56, 0.44. 44%, 56%, that adds to 100. I'm not going to figure these two out, but you want to divide by this 10 to 79. So good question. You have one like it on your project as you are looking at that. You have to find relative frequency. Any other ones? I think we found... when we were working, there's one of the questions is wrong, and it's question number 5. And how you start number 5, this should have been 100 customers, not 10. So sorry about that. That was a typo. That was 100. That's trying to tell you that when you do question 5, that under your total and this total, this should be 100. We're looking at that. Okay? So, sorry about that. Yep. 15. So, in question number 15, some people weren't sure on Venn diagrams. You guys have the best questions of this class. Other classes not benefited for this when you do your project today. So, this is the people that were jogging. How many total people were jogging? 50. No. How many students chose jogging? No, 24 and how much? 32 students. 32. This all jogging is 32 people, right? So when I go to make my two-way table for this one, and as we are looking at this for our two-way table, we are looking at that and we might have the people that jog, right, and do aerobics. Do you know how many people said they did aerobics? 21. Again, this is going to be 8 plus 13, right? So we're at 21. Someone said, how did you get that? Because if you look at the jogging these people only jog, these people do both, right? So the bottom down here for my total for jogging is going to be 32. The total for my aerobics is going to be 21. Can I now find how many people I totally surveyed? Yes. Someone said, I don't know what this 5 means out here. Those are people that do what? They don't jog and they don't do aerobics, right? So maybe that's me. Aerobics and non-aerobics, right? This should be jog and what do we have? Aerobics and So this is going to be where some of you will make a mistake on your project today. You'll do jogging and aerobics, and this one should be jogging and not jog. Not jogging. And this is going to be aerobics and no aerobics. Okay? So that means that this 21 can't be here, right? So my aerobic people are back here at 21. This was down here at 32. Okay? The 8 is people that do both. That number right here, right? This 8 is going to be the people that jog and do aerobics. No jogging and no aerobics. That's going to be this 5 out here. So can I tell the people that 21 from the 8, right? This is my 13, right? The people that did aerobics. 13 plus 8 gives me 21. 8 to 32, this is my 24, right? That was just here. And now I should be able to fill in the rest by adding those together. Okay? So it was 50 people that they surveyed. But if we were looking at this, it's because we had 32 plus 18, 21. This is going to be, if we were looking at, we should have had 29 and 21. Okay? Good questions in this class. It's going to help you on your project today. Okay? So you're asking in just a minute. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to be asked to make a two-way table. My hint would be I would put total in the back and I would put total down here. So my example is to you is this. My 2 questions were, are you in orchestra? So one of the things that I'm going to put on mine is I'm going to have orchestra here. So the first one is going to say orchestra, in orchestra. And the second one is going to say not orchestra, right? The problem that I have some people do is that they try to put orchestra and then the second one to be foreign language. It shouldn't be that way. So it's orchestra and not. My second question was asking students that I'm going to be walking around asking is if you were in a foreign language. So I would put foreign language and not foreign language. Now, I'll have more directions on how you're going to make yours, and if you don't like your 2 questions, you get a chance and you're going to choose again in just a few minutes. If you like your 2 questions, write it down as question 1 and question 2. You are going to go around, except for my people that are leaving for baseball, and you are going to ask everyone their name. So you say, if you don't know their name, you'd ask them. Okay, you say, what's your name? And then you'll say, you read question 1, are you in orchestra? And you would have answered Aiden?
Yes.
Yes, so I'd have Aiden's name. Are you in a foreign language?
Yes.
So I'd have yes, yes. And I'm going to go around and ask each person. I need to ask 15 people, okay? After I do that, I'm going to make this is my first step, right? So once I've asked the question, this is my first step. Make a two-way table. This is my two-way table back here. Next thing I'm going to do, I am going to make a relative frequency, like the question you guys just asked. Was it 13 that we did relative frequency? Row and column. This one says do relative frequency by the row. That means I want decimals, right, or percents as I'm looking at it. And as I look at that, I want to make sure that if it says by the row, that I am going this way. So maybe by yours, you put this arrow. That reminds you that I'm doing row relative frequency, not relative frequency of the column or by the total. Then the last thing that you are going to do is you are going to make that Venn diagram. So what if you have people that were no, right? That's going to be outside of your Venn diagram. So when you make the Venn diagram, and I'm looking at your Venn diagram, you might have it in a box, and then you might have your 2 circles. What if you had no one having anything in common? Should your 2 circles have anything in common then? No, you're gonna have one circle with orchestra and one circle with just, in this case, foreign language. And I surveyed all these people, 15 people, and none of them had both orchestra and foreign language, right? Then I'd have two separate circles. But if they have no and no, then I'm gonna put that number outside of here, like when we just looked at the last one. So today in class, your goal is get your questions answered, do these three things, and then maybe you make a practice one. Because here's how you're getting your points if you turn it over to the back, please. There are 4 questions on the back. Each of those 4 questions, you can get a rubric. On that rubric, you can get up to 5 points on each of those, okay? If you set up your Venn diagram correctly, I can't answer questions. I can't help you put the numbers in. So when you are looking at those, doing that correctly. Your relative frequency, up to 5 points, making that the two-way table 5 points as you look at that. Your poster design says the information is clearly communicated. When I talk about your poster, I'm going to kind of give you an idea on that piece of paper that tomorrow I'll have up, but on that piece of copy paper, you're going to have your 2 questions. You're going to maybe say, is there a relationship between orchestra and foreign language? That would be my question up at the top.
No.
So I'd have my question up here. Is there a relationship between the number of people in orchestra and foreign language? Then over here, I would maybe have my two-way table, okay? Then over here, maybe I have my relative frequency, and then maybe down here, I have my Venn diagrams, okay? And I'm going to do that on notebook paper today and maybe try and answer that. Yep, you can leave. And then you should be able, if you get those first 3 things done, to answer on the back questions 1 to 4. So that maybe tomorrow when you come in, the only thing you have to do is just make it nice. I'll have colored pencils for you. I got rulers up here. I've got protractors up here so that you can use as you are doing them. Okay? So anyone